Okay, so I got video of you driving up on the sidewalk recklessly. You would have hit that kid on the bike and killed him. You're going to jail for manslaughter. You understand?
I'm not going to hit him and kill him.
You're driving recklessly on a sidewalk where people walk their dogs and ride their bikes. A video of you doing almost 30 miles an hour up that sidewalk with your vehicle.
I was trying to catch him.
Ma'am.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
It was at this moment that she realized she effed up. Because according to her, she just wanted to find out where he lived so she could talk to his mother. Shout out to the channel members here watching me record this video live. But let's check it out and let's see what happened once the police showed up.
On June 7th, 2025, officers responded to a report of a woman who was chasing a 14-year-old along a sidewalk with her vehicle at speeds exceeding 20 miles per hour. A bystander intervened by blocking her path to end the chase. When officers arrived, witnesses provided them with video evidence, and the woman was located shortly afterward.
Okay.
Here's what happened. They don't know what's going on with their phones. They act like they know what happened. I live right there. I'm 65 years old. I've had both of my hips replaced. I also have a dog who throwing the ball up, the squeaky toy for him. He wasn't in the street. This boy comes down on the sidewalk, 35 miles an hour. I'm not kidding you. 2 nights ago, or in the evening, I'm on the street that goes along there. He comes right at me. And I was like, you have to slow down when people are here. Mm-hmm. He thought that was funny. So they go more. And so then tonight, so I get my car to try to catch him because I thought he lived in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I wanted to either see where he lived, to talk to his mother nicely, or I wanted to talk to him nicely because I thought he was my neighbor. No, he's doing that. Guess what? He doesn't even live in here. So then I go after him to try to find him because I know you're never going to find him. And they're all like, you're acting recklessly. I was like, you don't even know what happened. First of all, if he hits me with 2 replaced hips and I can't walk anymore, believe me, if I go down, I'm not walking anymore. That's going to be bad enough. If he hits my dog, I don't know if you have a dog, but that's my child. And I would have called you, actually. And then I went and got in the W's. I couldn't get out of the W's. Guess what? Because my GPS won't work. Come on, my phone's in. Do you want to come in the house?
No.
My phone is in the house. I couldn't even use my GPS to get out. Let's put it this way. He could have disabled me for the rest of my life. And he's probably, what, 17? He would have gone home the rest of his life, living a great life. And I'd have been in a wheelchair, or he would have hit my dog. And then I would have found him and it would have gotten ugly.
Okay. What's your name?
Julia.
Julia? Okay, so I got video of you driving up on the sidewalk recklessly. You would have hit that kid on the bike and killed him. You're going to jail for manslaughter.
To say that person was a danger to you and then you follow that person, that's weird. If I am afraid somebody could hurt me, why would I follow them? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I know, like, you know what? I ain't even gonna mention that, but
You
I'm not going
understand?
to hit him and kill him.
You're driving recklessly on a sidewalk where people walk their dogs and ride their bikes. A video of you doing almost 30 miles an hour up that sidewalk
Because I
with
was
your
trying
vehicle.
to catch him.
Ma'am.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Because you're this close to going to jail. I understand you're concerned about kids driving. You call us, we do our best to find them, right? You think 65 years old, right? You think it's a smart idea to be driving up on a sidewalk doing 30 miles an hour, chasing a kid on a bike? Answer the question.
I don't consider that a sidewalk.
What do you consider it?
There's cars on there all the time.
They're parked up on the grass so they can walk on the sidewalk.
All right,
You
I
are doing,
will
I
admit
got you
that
for at least
wasn't
3
smart.
minutes
I will admit
up
that
on the
wasn't-
sidewalk driving recklessly over 30 miles an hour from what my reporting party told
And
me.
you can see he was going faster than
Do
me.
you still think you're correct? I tell you, do it again, you are going to jail. We're
I
taking your
will
car.
never do it again.
You understand what
I
your
do
actions?
I do understand. I was very emotional.
Okay, so maybe you think you collect yourself as a 65-year-old woman about what you were doing. You would hit anybody else on that sidewalk besides this kid if you
I
even
could
caught the
see
kid?
there was no. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I
You're
could see there
wrong
was
for
nobody
trying
else.
to make this sound correct on your end.
Okay,
You're
I won't.
100%
All right,
wrong.
I won't.
All right, you see somebody that you call us. You don't take it into your own hands.
All right, you're right.
God forbid you hit somebody. I promise you I'll do everything in my power to make sure you go to jail.
You're right.
Take your car, and what else I could do for you.
All right.
I find out you're doing it again, chasing this kid even on the road.
Oh God, no. This was
But it was a great idea to follow him on the sidewalk and chase him.
no. Like I said, It was
I
like.
hear what you said.
I know.
You're not. I want you to listen.
I'm listening.
This kid does it again. You chase him in your car again, we'll get you for aggravated assault.
Of course, I'm not going to.
But you did it.
I know.
And you were willing to chase this kid as far as it could go until this other car, this person that called us, stopped you. They blocked you at the sidewalk, correct?
Yeah.
We're taking your car. You're not getting it back. You're losing your license. You're not driving if you get
Now?
another car. No, I'll find out you do this again. You're this close to doing
not.
it.
Of course not.
You're saying of course not, but look at your actions that just happened.
No, but I'm
100%, 110%. You were
not
going to jail if you hit this kid.
I'm not disappointed.
Why does it take all this for you to recognize the stupid decision you made? Like, you was adamant that you was in the right when we first saw you. You're 65 years old. You should have known driving on the sidewalk, chasing a kid on a bike or whatever he's on, is not a good thing to do. This reminded me of my childhood experience I had. I'm gonna say part of the story now, and then I'm gonna finish the second half later. But I think this lady thought I stole her kid's bike because me and my cousin were riding through a different neighborhood. I was probably middle school age or something, and probably 6th grade. And I had a Ninja Turtle bike, and she screamed at us as we passed in her house. We didn't know what she was screaming for. And then all of a sudden, her car or truck, I can't remember what it was, came flying down the road to catch us. I'll finish that story later, but let's go.
Agreeing with you. I didn't just like come out and say, "Oh, here, let me go chase
You weren't
this boy."
thinking. You were not thinking.
Okay.
I'm laying into you right now because you could have killed multiple people on the sidewalk. It's dark. You're focused on this one kid riding a bike.
You don't see.
You don't see anyone else on the sidewalk. Somebody would have called me and said, "You almost hit them with their car. I'm taking you to jail." If this kid calls us back after he goes home and talks to his parents, I know where you're at. We're probably taking you to jail. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Your car's considered a deadly weapon.
Touch him.
Doesn't matter. Aggravated assault. Assault is not a physical contact. It's the threat of
What if they don't?
contact.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to say anything else.
Expect if I come back to your house, there's consequences that you're going to be paying. I already know who you are. I know where you live. I know what car you're driving. And I have you on video doing all this. That's plenty of evidence for a judge to say, yeah, we're taking her car, we're taking her license, and she's spending time in jail. Who's going to take care of your dog now? I'm just putting the whole picture together
And
for
I'm
you.
soaking it in, and I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm not.
I suggest when you get emotional like this next time, you stop what you're doing and think about what you're about to do.
You're right.
I'm not even going to say it again. I told you enough, okay? Think about everything you just did, too.
Okay.
All right.
The victim did not report the incident the night it occurred. It was reported a few days later when the parents decided to pursue charges.
And that's got to be like, to hear what that police officer said and say, "Oh man, I might go to jail for this," and then you have to spend the next days afraid that you might see the police knock on your door. And I'm gonna finish the story, but we might need to go back and find that lady who chased us down in her car because she thought I stole her kid's bike. Because luckily, my cousin at the time, he's only 2 years older than me, but luckily, he looked like a grown man. Okay, he was probably like 6'8" at the time. So, but let's keep going.
How are we doing? Mr. Ellis? Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Ellis? Sergeant Miley at the Sheriff's Office. How are you today?
Good.
I guess we had an incident a couple days ago with your son who was a victim of something that happened. Looking at the video, I don't know what happened. My shift wasn't working on this, so I don't know why there was a lack of follow-up or anything like that. So first of all, I apologize for that.
Okay.
All right? Looking at the video, I'm not seeing assault there. Okay? She's far enough away in the video from what we can tell. She's in a vehicle. So if she really wanted to assault or do harm to somebody, she could very easily have sped up. What I'm seeing the most of right now from the video that was provided yesterday is reckless driving. She's driving on the sidewalk and she's driving crazy, allegedly to confront your son. So what I'm seeing as of right now is what we can do. Like I said, that's why I was asking if there's any other video. File charges for reckless driving on her. All right.
What about intent to kidnap, child endangerment, nothing else?
The other issue I have with the assault aspect, I think we might have been able to pursue that or press it a little bit if we would have been called that night. All right, we have a day lack. So if there was,
You were called by the
but we
witness.
didn't know who the victim was at that point. So if the victim would have called in that night, we might have been able to stretch the assault.
What's the difference? What's the difference? You found out it happened that night. You know, what's the difference? So if I get assaulted by somebody, or somebody attempts to assault me or whatever, and I leave, and a bystander calls the police, because you don't know who the victim is until 2 days later, you can't do nothing about that? That makes no sense to me. I don't know if he's trying to just make up excuses to please them, but that makes no sense. Because you don't know who the victim was. We get out of here. Man, let's go.
There was a well-found fear that something might have occurred.
But we still caught in within a 24-hour period.
If there's a well-found fear that something was about to occur, you're going to call the cops immediately.
Yeah.
Not 24 hours later, or however many hours later. It would have been immediate. Someone's trying to kill me, someone's trying to hurt me. Get the cops here right now.
Yeah.
Then we might have been able to stretch that assault a little bit, all right? Because it was contacted immediately. There was a well-found fear that something was going to occur right then and there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I guess the difference is actually being assaulted by that person. I guess that's the difference, because people can be assaulted and press charges further down the line. So I guess the act of actually, if she would have physically touched him with her car, it wouldn't have mattered if it was days later they found out who the victim was. Maybe that's just the difference in whatever he's talking about, but it's still weird. But let's go.
A couple hours later, a day later, is there really that well-found fear that something would have been able to occur per the statutes, per the elements of the crime? I agree, we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
However, per the statute and the elements of the crime, it's not going to fit that right now.
Okay. Has the detectives looked at the video and made their assessment?
I just looked at the video right now, so that's why I'm here right now. Because I got a phone call and I'm like, all right, let me go try to see what we can do about this. So like I said, what I'm seeing at this current juncture is the reckless driving. I looked into possibly child abuse based on the mental effect that it might have on a child. Per the elements of the crime, yet again, there's very specific points in the child neglect or child abuse statute when it comes to a mental injury that we're not going to be able to do on this one either. Just want to give you a heads up as to what can occur right now. Is we're going to go make contact with the female. She's going to get issued a citation for the reckless driving. She's going to get told that charges are being forwarded to the state on the reckless driving. If the state can come up with some other charges, the state will be able to file those charges. Add on to those.
That's what I want. I want to push it to the far max.
And I don't blame you. I would too as a parent. So I mean, I get it. But at this current juncture, from the elements in the video that I'm seeing, that's the most I got right now.
Okay.
All right.
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
You get that right.
Oh, do you mind if you just step out?
Are you arresting me?
Well, I'm not saying that. We just have to talk, okay? Your dog's scaring me. I was when I was knocking on the door before. He was. Oh, hey, buddy.
Are you okay to come in now?
I'd rather be outside. Yeah.
Are you arresting me? Yes.
I'm
or
not
no?
saying that. I have to talk to you first, okay? To get your
Talk
side
to
of the
me
story.
before you arrest me.
I'm not saying that. Let's just get to the point where you were following him.
I was following him because I wanted to see where he lived, but he didn't stop. And then these two people are like yelling stuff at me. I'm like, you don't know what happened.
Yeah, we saw the video. It shows you driving on the sidewalk. Why'd you do that?
Well, that was stupid. Unfortunately, I didn't really think of it as a sidewalk.
How is that possible?
Well, I'm not saying.
Because you have the road and then
I'm not saying I'm not
sidewalk.
stupid. I just got
sidewalk. I'm not saying you're stupid either.
But like sidewalks to me are white sidewalks, and I see cars on them. But all I'm going to tell you is it was stupid and ridiculous, and that's all I can say. It was just freaking ridiculous that I did that. Are you arresting me now?
I have to read you your rights before I question you, okay? Because I'm going to ask you incriminating questions. When you were following him, did you ever get close to him?
I don't think so. No, I couldn't catch up with him.
So you were trying to catch up to him?
Enough that I could talk to him, yeah.
Okay.
To tell him what I was
So if
doing.
he's speeding away, why would you keep on following? I just...
That was stupid.
Okay. So what was going on inside your what was your emotions like?
I think I knew where he lived.
This is why you don't say nothing, okay? They read you your rights. You don't say anything. I don't want to talk at that point. Why? That question he asked her Were you trying to catch up with him? That's the difference between assault with a vehicle and reckless driving. Your answer to that question is the difference between that. This is why you don't talk. You don't know that stuff. She doesn't know that that's what he's thinking. That's what he's trying to decide by asking that question. But that's why you don't say nothing. Because you can trip yourself up and give yourself more charges than you have. Don't talk to these people, okay? After they read you your rights. Jesus. Let's go.
Like I said, I wanted to talk to him or, let his mother know.
So when you were on the sidewalk, did you ever like jump in front of him? Nothing like that? And you didn't try to get in front of him before you started following him?
Yeah, no, before I started following.
Or before you went on the sidewalk? Because that's the story I got. Right before you hopped on the sidewalk, or maybe as soon as it happened, you kind of like try to cut him off?
I tried to come around. I didn't try to cut him off.
So you try to go around him, you're saying?
Yeah.
And what was your goal to going
To
around
talk.
him? Okay,
My
how fast were you
only
going?
thing, I don't know.
Okay, so you were trying to catch up to him even though he's going pretty fast on a sidewalk with a bike, okay?
Okay.
You understand where we're coming from here?
I do.
Because it's ridiculous,
and
I'm going to be
it
honest
is.
with you.
I feel that way too.
Your main goal was to just try to talk to him? That's it? Because it seems, I'm just going to tell you what it seems like for me. It seems like this was an anger kind of like driven thing. Is that true or not?
I was angry, but I just wanted to talk to him and tell him, I would have spoken. Even I got out of the car and I was like, I even said to him, will you talk to me? And he said no, and he just, kept going.
So why
What
would
else?
you keep on following he doesn't want to talk to you.
That was.
You get what
I
you're
wanted to
looking
see
for?
where he lived to tell his mother.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Based on what we have now, I'm going to be making an arrest on aggravated assault and the reckless driving too, based on everything that I have, okay?
It's because she answered that question wrong. When she said she was trying to catch up to him, that's the difference. That's the difference between reckless driving. Reckless driving and aggravated assault. That's the difference. And she answered that question wrong. Well, she gave the right answer, her true answer, but it was the wrong answer. Oh, man. This is the first time I think we've done a video like this where the questions after reading her rights got her arrested. Well, her answers to those questions. Oh, that sucks. This sucks. But I'll finish my story during the outro. So stick around. Of course I was gonna make you wait to the end. Let's go.
I'm gonna need you to turn around for me.
I gotta.
And we'll do that. We'll do all that after.
Call my mother.
Okay?
Oh,
We'll do all that
don't do
after.
this.
Okay?
He's in
Put
front
your hands
of
behind
me.
your back.
Is my
Here,
door open?
we can go in the door for you. Yep, that's fine. I'll give you that respect. Put your hands behind your back like you're praying. Do you have anyone that can watch the dog?
Yeah.
What? God. Are we gonna need to get animal control?
Can you let me out of this for a second so I can get him in the house? I can probably squeeze out.
I can't.
Come on. Oh, God.
All right, let's get you in the car. So, let me just give you the rundown. So, you're being charged with reckless driving, which you were getting charged no matter what. So, what I was going to do there, and then the aggravated assault is based on the totality of the circumstances of what we found, what we got from the witness, the victim, and you, okay?
The woman was charged with aggravated assault and reckless driving. She was released on a $3,000 cash bond and is now awaiting future court dates.
So, the lady was driving behind us down the road, and we made it to a main road, a busy road, main road. And as we were driving up the street, my cousin was in front of me, and I was behind him. And the lady turned into a parking lot and like stopped in front of me, cut me off, jumped out of her car. She said that her son has a bike just like mine that got stolen, and she wanted to check the serial numbers, but she had the serial number at her house. Now, like I told you, if it was two kids, if I was with a kid my size, I wouldn't have went, I think. But I told you, my cousin looked like a grown man at that time. How tall he was. He's like 7'4" now. But back then he was tall for his age. So we went back and we followed her back to her house. We get in her driveway. Her son is at the door. Her son looks right at the bike and said, "That's not my bike." Immediately, as soon as we got there. But she still need to go in, get the numbers, check the serial numbers. Saw it wasn't her son's bike. Cool. We go home. Man, we were supposed to be home at a certain time. All right? But we late. Now we got to explain why we late. So tell my mom, and my cousin lived 2 doors down from us. So my mom and my aunt drove back to their house, and me and my cousin had to stay in the car while they go talk. Now, me and my cousin swore we heard screaming, but they get back in the car, they say it was none of that. So, I don't know what exactly happened or what the conversation was between my mother, my aunt, and the lady, but that's all that happened from that story. But that story gave me a flashback to my childhood. So I figured I'd share that story with y'all. But also, like I said at the beginning, we have channel members watching the stream or watching me record this video. So now we're going to hear what they thought about this video. I ain't never seen a bike go 35 miles per hour. That was my thing too. He must have had an electric bike. It must have been an electric bike that you don't need to pedal. That might have been what it was. Said bike rage. She should have been talking to the parents in the first place if she had a problem. Yeah. And if she didn't know where the kid lived, the police is who you call, and they investigate or record a video of the kid flying down the street, and then give that to the police when you call the police. But tracking the kid down, like, this is a different age. When the lady tracked me down, it was like 1990 something, 94. It's a different world now. Car versus bike. You can't make, especially on the sidewalk. That's the crazy part. On the sidewalk, when she was driving on the sidewalk, that's the crazy part. Because she was mad that the kid was driving the bike probably down her sidewalk about to hit her. But she thought if she drive her car on the sidewalk, she don't see a problem with that. That whole thing was weird. Did she apologize? I don't think to him, only to the police officer when she admitted how stupid she was once they told her she could be arrested for it. But that's too late. What was she going to do if she caught him? She actually thought that a kid who was causing problems in the neighborhood was actually going to tell her where he lived. That's what she thought. But that wasn't going to happen. I appreciate y'all joining me. I appreciate all channel members for sitting here watching me record this video. I appreciate all the support y'all give me, man. Make sure you like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch y'all in the next one.